Hello everyone, this video is in continuation to our videos on biomolecules for grade 11th. We are discussing macromolecules. In our last video we had discussed di, tri, polysaccharides, and we were taking up examples. In this video we'll talk about cellulose. Please watch the video till the end, because in the end you will get all the pointers for your notes on the board which you can use for making notes. Cellulose, first of all, as done in our previous videos as well, it is a structural polysaccharide. Why structural? Because it is going to give rise to the whole cell wall. So it is structural polysaccharide. Second, it is also a homopolysaccharide. Homopolysaccharide, I told you the meaning of homopolysaccharide. Homo means same. That means one type of monomer is going to form the whole cellulose. So the monomer which is going to form the cellulose is glucose. So only one monomer will form the cellulose, that is glucose. So it is a structural polysaccharide, it is a homopolysaccharide. Now starch and cellulose both are homopolysaccharide, but they have a very important difference between them. Difference between starch and cellulose. Now why are we talking about this difference? Because both of them, they are homopolysaccharides. So now we want to discuss that they are homopolysaccharides. For glucose ka ye arrangement hai, how they become different? What is the difference between them? So the difference is in the bond formation. Difference is in the bond formation. In starch, I'll write like this. In starch, there is alpha glycosidic bond, whereas the bond which is formed in cellulose is beta glycosidic bond. I'll tell you how a beta is formed. So this is the main difference between starch and cellulose. In starch the bond is alpha glycosidic, in cellulose it's beta glycosidic. How is that bond formed? So when the glucose molecules, they start binding together in the cellulose, what happens? So the arrangement of glucose molecules, but when the bond is going to make, when the bond is going to form, we have an H here, an OH, we have an H and an OH here. This and H and OH, they move out as water. The bond which is formed here is not straight. We did in starch that the bond is formed like this, but here the bond formation is not straight. This is how the bond is going to form, and this type of a bond is known as beta glycosidic bond. So when the orientation is not in a straight, there is no straight orientations, it leads to formation of a beta glycosidic bond, and that is the difference between starch and cellulose. Now how this impacts the cellulose? Cellulose becomes difficult to digest in humans. You must have heard this, you must have read this in grade 10th also, that cellulose, humans are unable to digest cellulose. The reason for this is that the humans produce the enzyme, or you can say the enzyme produced by humans are unable to break this beta glycosidic bond. That means this beta glycosidic bond is very difficult for those enzymes to break down. and hence cellulose is not digested in the humans, but yes, starch can be, because there are alpha glycosidic bonds. These enzymes are enabled to break alpha glycosidic bonds and not the beta glycosidic bonds. So this is a very, very important difference between starch and cellulose, and this is how we say that cellulose is we are unable to digest cellulose, because the enzymes, the digestive enzymes which we are producing, they are unable to break the beta glycosidic bonds. Next is a few uses of cellulose. One, the cotton fiber has 90, the pure cotton fiber has 90% cellulose present in it. Rayon, which you must have heard, this is artificial silk. Rayon, it is made by dissolving this cellulose with a base or an alkali. This rayon is produced, which is used to make fabrics. Cellulose acetate is used for making shatterproof glass. What is a shatterproof glass? This nowadays is coming in many vehicles. When you just, if suppose in an accident there is, the glass breaks, so it does not shatter up. Like for example, when you break a glass, it will shatter up, but this shatterproof glass, it just had those cracks, but it will not shatter and fall down. So those shatterproof glasses are made up of cellulose acetate. Cellulose nitrate are used for making explosives. The various explosives are made up of cellulose nitrate. Carbonyl methyl cellulose is used for making ice creams. Fine. So these are the few uses of cellulose. We have discussed very, very important formation, bond formation, beta glycosidic, and we have discussed about the difference in starch and cellulose. We have discussed why is it very difficult for us to digest cellulose. So these were all the important pointers related cellulose. We'll be talking about the next type of macromolecule in our next video. So till then, keep watching, liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you.